everyone, welcome back to another process video for Spend Less, Scrap More. And what I'm showing you here, I went ahead and did this off of the camera because this took not too long really, but I didn't have very much, I didn't basically have any large pieces left. And so I still wanted to do one more layout, so I decided to do a grid layout. And I believe I'm following a sketch, but I don't think it was Scrapbook Generation. I apologize. I can't remember what it was, but basically it's just all these squares put together. Well, so what I did off of the camera, so I was about ready to cut these down to, I think they're about 2 inches, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 2 inches, maybe a little over 2 inches. I don't know what they are because I just picked the die that was closest to the size that I wanted because I wanted a border. But I decided to use the die so that they would actually be straight and possibly line up for me a little better than usual. Because if you know, a lot of you already know, and a lot of you are in the same boat, you try to make the stuff straight and it just grows crooked anyway, no matter what you do. So actually using the die and having them all cut the same really rather helped because they did come together rather well. So what I did with the gnome paper is I did try to pick out certain different gnomes that I liked, like the one on the top row of the third box over he's holding a camera. Unfortunately, more of these got covered up than I had planned, but oh well, I'm really happy with the layout. Now, this is going to be the last layout I get using this, this time around, because I ended up using so many papers with the first layout, but I'm totally fine with that because the whole point to this series is to not buy a lot and use it all up. So I do have some stickers. You guys will see in the recap video what I have left, and I won't even talk about that now, so I will talk about that when I record that. So I took a minute and I went ahead and glued all those down, and it's kind of fun that it does have the little stitching look, which you can see more in person than you can. But the other thing I did is I took some of my black kind of sparkly peel-offs and I added those around the square. Whatever sketch I'm following also had like an outline, but I think it was a patterned paper, but since I didn't have a large enough patterned paper left over, I went ahead and just used the black peel-offs. And I did have to kind of jimmy them up to each other, since they're only like 8 inches long or so, close to, I don't know how long they are, but you don't even notice. And I did leave a tiny bit of white space between the peel-offs and the pattern papers just for a little bit of interest. And it actually turned out really cute. I'm quite happy with the way that looks. I had also thought about mounting the entire layout onto another paper, but honestly, I was kind of being lazy and didn't want to go find one. Because I would have had to look through my cardstock and found one that matches. So whatever, I didn't do that. I did pull in this memories sticker from my stash, just because I wanted to use, I didn't really know what to do. I really like those the inspire, the crop, and create. So my title basically for this one is Create Memories. So that's why I needed a memory sticker. So I pulled that in from my stash. And then these little tab stickers, I really wanted to use these. And I liked the idea of putting them along the side here and kind of layering them up, as you can see that I've done. And then what I'm going to do is, again, I thought about using these ones from scrapbook.com, but I didn't really I wanted them to be very similar to each other. And a lot of these had like gold foiling. So I found the Tim Holtz. A lot of you probably have those Tim Holtz ones, those old school, like the very first one, I think, books that he came out with all those word stickers. I pulled some of those out. And I don't remember what all they say, but they're very like words like create or art or laughter or memories, things like that would kind of go with the page. And I added those on top of the words because I think the other one was like, they say stitch and sew and crochet, things like that. And that didn't really go with this page. I don't mind adding in the stickers like of the yarn on the page, but I didn't want something that said something completely different. So that's why I covered those up. And I really like I like that I added the Tim Holtz ones because they all really go together really well, you know, and I found ones that fit and they covered up the other words perfectly. So the last thing I wanted to, not the last thing, but I was starting to look at the stickers and I realized I had forgotten to use this border strip, and I really like that border strip and I didn't want to be left with it. So I decided to go ahead and pull it out, and it's one of those ones that's not long enough to go along the entire page. So you had to, I didn't want it to be short. You saw it, you might have seen me try it along the bottom of the page. So I decided to go ahead and put it so it looks like it's going behind the photo, and that spans longer and larger than the box of the squares, but I kind of feel like it gives a little interest to the page. And not only that, but those tabs go out of the box, and so does the elements that I'm adding to this little cluster here on the left as well. So I did the same thing with that cluster on the left. I found more of the Tim Holtz words. One of them I think is photograph. So you know, I just picked words that I thought would work. And then I wanted to add a third little cluster. I really wanted to use this gnome guy. I wanted to use all the gnomes if I could. The only thing I think that I didn't get used that I really wanted to was that Made with Love sticker, and that crafter maker something else, scrapper sticker. But those just don't make it on there. But that's okay because I'm going to save those. Here's where I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have used this sticker, but I just didn't think about it. So not going to use that one. And there's not a whole lot of the stickers left for me to really add things in. So I'm not too worried about it. But one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the sticker of the yarn and I'm going to punch hearts out. And you guys have seen me do that before, but that's just another way to use it. I would never use this yarn sticker other than in a way like this. So again, this was a very fast layout, very fast video. I had a lot of fun making it. I really like the background, and so the still shot photos are just about to come up, and I'm just going to add some hearts around. I do believe I add some enamel shapes, or no, maybe I just add white Nuvo drops in around a little bit. So that is pretty much this layout, and next up is going to be the recap. Again, I'm super happy with how much I got used up. So there's 3 of the little white Nuvo drops. Those are the white ones. I don't know if I don't think I popped anything up this time with foam tape either. So that is the simple layout, and there you can see the Tim Holtz word stickers, and I hope you guys like this layout. I will see you for the recap. Bye.